Hello, I'm Elsa Matthew from B-GHUD Academy. In today's video, we will conduct a practice speaking test with Mr. Abraham Verghese, who has worked in the UK for 45 years. He worked as a barrister and is now retired. As a piece of information, the IELTS examinations can be taken by anyone over the age of 16. There is no upper age limit. May I know your full name?
My name is Abraham Verghese.
How may I address you?
You can call me Abe, which is an informal way of corresponding with me, and my friends call me Abe. If you feel that you need to be more formal, you can call me Mr. Verghese.
Where do you come from?
I come from a little town called Puthiyakavu in the state of Kerala, in the district of Alleppey.
Do you live in a house or a flat?
I live in a house, which is at ground level, but it's fairly extensive, and it's in the midst of a garden, a small garden that I've cultivated.
Please describe your hometown a little.
My hometown seems not to have changed over the centuries. It is still disorganized, familiar from the times that I remember when I was very young. But I have noted that there have been certain recent developments, such as more shops, greater variety, and an extension of shops along the road, which was not there before, and shops entering into the village. So there seems to be more correspondence between people nowadays, and that has seen this form of change.
Do you like talking with people?
Oh, I thoroughly enjoy talking with people. Some people might think I'm rather garrulous, but it depends upon the mood. If I've had a drink and I'm talking with friends, then I can be a difficult person. Otherwise, I love socializing. It's good to exchange information, to know about some people, to find out about the news, and if they are strangers, to culturally appreciate each other. So yes, I love mixing with human beings.
Do you like to wear dark or bright colors?
I prefer dark. I suppose it's primarily because of my vocation as a barrister.
What kind of weather do you like the most?
I love clear blue skies and a bit of sunshine, as very rarely happens in England. I also like the dawn and the sunset and the beautiful breeze that we receive in India when everything looks so settled and peaceful.
Have you ever lost your way?
I have indeed, mainly so in Kerala, and people have been very helpful. They've been very forthcoming, and have made the habit of always thanking them, which is not something that they have heard before, because it doesn't seem to be one of our habits, and I enjoy doing that.
Where did you go for your last holiday?
I went to Kovalam with my son. We spent some time in Varkala, and then we went to Kapil. It's a beautiful spot, untainted by too many visitors, where there's a beautiful lake, backwaters, and then from there we went to Kovalam and stayed in a beautiful hotel, the Taj Hotel also, and we were on the seaside. So the sight and the clear atmosphere was something worth remembering.
What do you do to relax?
I love listening to music. I love doing some reading. In fact, I can't go to sleep unless I read a little bit. I think it's mainly a lazy habit. And I love gardening. I love growing things because that inspires me a great deal.
Do you enjoy your current stage of life?
That's a difficult question, because you are reaching a level where you'll have to bid adieu to life, and yet this is a time when you can feel free to do as you please and be very, very open with people. So it's a mixture. To be honest, I have enjoyed this phase of my life more than I expected.
Now we'll move on to the cue card session.
Thank you.
Your question is, Describe a skill that you can teach other people. You have to answer what it is, how you learned it, how can you teach others the skill, and how do you feel about the skill. Here's your pen and paper. You will have 1 minute to prepare.
Thank you.
You will have 2 minutes to speak. Your time starts now.
What it is actually the game of cricket. And I learnt it rather curiously when I was watching it being played by people senior to me. It was not a game that I was familiar with or knew anything about. I spent 10 days observing them whenever I was free, and eventually I was called to try and learn the skills. I can teach others the skills by having to remember what I was taught, which took me to a fairly good level, almost semi-professional, until, of course, my examinations took priority over my career prospects in playing cricket. And for that, I'm grateful to my parents and my headmaster. I feel that the skill has taught me the ability to work as a group, to also be an individual when you have to bat and be yourself, and to coordinate your body to produce the skills of bowling and batting and fielding. It also helped me with the instincts of quick reaction, because I became fairly famous in the slips, and my favorite position is the second slip or first slip. And I can teach people if I set up two nets and get those youngsters to participate in it rather than waste their time elsewhere.
Should teachers be funny when they teach?
I think they should have a sense of humor, not necessarily be funny, because that will take away some of the authority that they claim to possess. But yes, having a sense of humor is extremely important, because children love it, and it helps you to correspond with them and unite with them at a given point where they will understand everything.
What qualities should teachers have?
There are numerous qualities that teachers should have. I think first and foremost, the idea that teaching means you're sharing your knowledge and not keeping something that you have for yourself or for anybody else. It is to educate the children. And education leads to knowledge, and knowledge leads to wisdom. So you must teach them with the view of these future levels that they must reach, and you must correspond with them, that is, reach their level. It's a particular art to be able to level out with children so that they feel comfortable with you and you with them.
What do you think are more important, practical skills or academic skills?
Both are very important, because your academic skills comes primarily from research, from examinations, and from being taught. But that needs to be converted, for example, as a doctor, that needs to be converted into practice. Every bit of it, you need to have an academic background in order to perform the action that should follow. And it happens in every line of work. You learn through the experience either from your parents or from somebody who's skilled in it, and you continue it by putting what you learned into practice. So both are equally important.
Which age group is the best age for learning?
For learning, I suppose any age group is suitable, because if you're just beginning, then it's a different position. Let us say we get people who are slightly elderly and have not had the advantage of an education. Then teaching them, that is, sometimes they might be older than you or much younger than you, getting down to their level or reaching up to their level is an art of a teacher. And to me, that stage of learning, where they are getting into a subject for the first time is what I find most interesting.
Thank you so much. That was quite an interesting session. So what are your thoughts, sir?
Well, I concur with you and I adopt what you say. It is an experience by itself, and I was curious whether you were going to change the nature of the questions. So I had to be aware of that part of the test. So it was nice, it was very good, and I thought that you put it and gave me a fair chance to complete it accordingly. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Stay tuned for more content.